Hey everyone, thank you for joining our 2025 Q4 email and SMS War Room webinar, where we're going to be talking all about Q4 and how to really win that holiday season, how to build a complete holiday strategy in just 60 minutes that will double your clicks, double your conversions, and 3x your sales. So I'm super excited that you're here. If you're here, you're probably looking to win the holiday season as fast as possible, which is the best way to do it. Compete to win in a very crowded marketplace and actually unlock the true revenue potential from every subscriber on your list. So really glad you're here. And this is the culmination of the year right now. This is when we've all been planning. This is what you've been saving your list for. This is what you've been hopefully been testing all year long, being intentional in your offer planning, understanding what your subscribers want. And now is when we actually get it done and push it live. So let's get started. Let me go share my screen a little bit more and make sure we are live all places. And then we're ready to go. Okay, I think we're ready to start. So by the end of this webinar, here's what you'll learn and take away. So you're going to be able to get a complete 10-figure email and SMS strategy for Q4. I'm going to share with you how to win the holiday season earlier than ever before. You'll be able to build a complete Q4 calendar that doubles your sales, get repeat purchases that last well into 2026. That's super important, right? It's not just about the holiday season now. It's about how do we last those customers into the next year. You're going to turn email and SMS into a reliable Q4 channel. Make this the best holiday season you've ever had. That's the goal of this webinar. Who is this War Room webinar for? It's for 7 to 8 figure retailers who are sick of winging Q4 every single year. Every year there's something new. Every year you got to add something and maybe you kind of forgot about it, or there's something that interrupts you in October and then you got to pivot there. And it's for 9 or 10 figure retailers who need a strategy for their team. Sometimes they have a team in place, but they, kind of their plan is just to send more emails. I'll tell you why that's a problem. You just want to send more emails. You want to actually have a strategy. It's for 7 to 8 figure DTC brands who don't want to fall behind. Sometimes the biggest competitors are already leading the pack. Their biggest brands out there have already started planning, back in June and July, and they don't want to be left in the dust. It's for founders and CEOs who desperately need to win a very slow 2025. 2025 was challenging, had a lot of challenges, tariffs and inflation and TikTok ban and so many different challenges in 2025. And now you got to end the year strong, right? This is the final culmination, and you can't just rely on just 5 days. You got to rely on the whole quarter. And it's for CMOs who want to actually find a true Q4 growth partner. It's not just about sending emails or blasting your list or great design and great copy. Those are just tactics. You want to find someone who understands growth holistically and also plays well with other channels. You have a whole business to run, right? It's not just all about email all the time. Let's start with some wins, right? One thing I wanted to kind of pivot on some of our webinars is start with some wins, show you exactly what the impact is. This is a 7-figure luxury retailer we work with, went from $78,000 to $191,000 through Q4. They grew by 144% last year. Huge win, all from this strategy. This is a 7-figure electronics brand, went from $140,000 to $261,000 through Q4. They grew by 86% for Q4 Black Friday. 7-figure home decor retailer, which I'm going to use a little bit of a case study on this at the end of the webinar, went from $323,000 to $588,000 through Q4. Huge win, massive jump just from a strategy. This 7-figure beauty brand, a little smaller Amazon beauty brand, grew by 209%, started investing in their direct-to-consumer brand, and they grew by 209% throughout Black Friday, year over year. This 7-figure apparel retailer, as we look at their Shopify account, went from, had a 37% growth Q4 to Q4 year over year. Big jump for their brand. They actually fulfilled a huge amount, about 70% more orders too. So that was a big boon for them. This 8-figure health retailer, looking at their Google Analytics, grew by 120% over the 5-day weekend, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, same time last year, 120% revenue growth right there. And as I always show, it's not just about the smaller brands, the 6 or 7 or 8-figure brands. It's also about the top 10-figure brands actually grow quarter over quarter, year over year. This brand, this 10-figure electronics retailer, was hovering at $10 million a year in December last year. This year, and 2 years ago, last year, they were at $30 million. That's how they netted out. And it all came down to their Q4 plan that I'm going to share with you right now. It grew by $19 million in Q4. Huge gain, huge gain. And it's not just about the plan I'm about to share with you that works for Q4. It's also replicable, right? This 8-figure brand doubled sales every year with this strategy. They actually implemented the same strategy again. We tweaked it. We had a little bit of an update, just like we do every year, little updates, but they double sales every year with this strategy because it just simply works. And it's not just relying on your designs are boring or your copy, should be written by an expert. That doesn't matter, right? What matters is the whole strategy. I showed you this one already. And then again, I always recap with this 9-figure retailer who actually had a great result at the very first 9 months. And actually Q4 was the cherry on top. This 9-figure retailer went from $47 million to $73 million in 8 months. And the cherry on top was Q4, right? Everything gained after that was just extra money in the bank. So a little bit about me, a little bit about what I'm here and talking to you about. I was the VP of retention for about six or so 10-figure brands, managed 20 million member customer lists, wrote the book on it, on email SMS retention. I'll show you in a second. Worked with 110 plus e-commerce retailers and brands. And I've been on your side of the table. I'm going to show you exactly what I mean by that. I have a whole story that tells me what framed and what started this Q4 plan for you. Our award-winning agency is trusted by over 110 plus retailers and brands, many of which you know and love. We have a lot more that we've added to our roster in the past year, and it's just been a great opportunity to teach the 10-figure strategies that I myself learned, I myself implemented, and even created from scratch, and bring it to the smaller brand and help them compete to win, because that's what it's about. It's about taking the knowledge level that you're at and bringing it to the smaller people and helping them to scale. That's my mission, right? That's what we're on a mission to do. And that's what fuels all our content and all our strategies. So a little about what happened to form this Q4 strategy. And I say this on my Black Friday webinar every year. And I also remind myself of it. It's like I wouldn't say it's a holiday that I remind myself about it, but it's a major, major thing. I bet everything on Black Friday weekend and I lost, right? I relied on experts and my ESPs and the Klaviyo of the world and the Shopify of the world to tell me what to do, right? I didn't know what to do at the time, right? I was a lowly email marketing manager, crawling up the ranks, right? I ended up getting to director and then VP, right? And then I banked everything on Black Friday, right? I've relied on it for years, just like hundreds of thousands of brands are going to do the same exact thing. But over the years, the holidays came earlier. Prime Day hit, and we lost sales to Amazon and to other brands who played on Amazon a lot better than we did. And then customers started buying earlier in the holiday season, right? We were relying on Black Friday, and now all of a sudden they're buying in end of October, and they're buying on Prime Day, or even buying in September. And then COVID had people worrying about inventory, right? Remember that time where everyone was like, oh, there's not enough stock. Inventory chains are disrupted and supply chains are frantic. Well, guess what? Everyone was worried about inventory, so people started buying earlier. And then me personally, right, at one of the 9-figure brands I worked at, my ESP broke, right? Our ESP broke down on the day before Thanksgiving. I said Thanksgiving there to frame it. The day before Thanksgiving, my ESP broke, totally broke, gone. We scrambled, we pivoted, we had a pivot plan. But that meant I was relying on Black Friday and I had a problem, right? Because I couldn't send as many messages or content or personalization or segmentation or SMS as much as I needed to because it broke. So I realized I need to break free from just focusing on the 5-day weekend. And my epiphany was that focus on Q4 entirely and not just 5 days of it, right? And I need to get my list ready and get it warmed up and get it planned out in October. And I need to win the holiday sales early, just like the other brands were doing, right? Push my holiday season to end of October, early November. And on top of that, I didn't just want to sacrifice my whole list and my whole revenue stream, my whole cash cow, right? My email list for one 5-day weekend and one quarter. I need to also get holiday repeat purchases that would last me all year long. And I wanted to get repeat purchases in season. And when I did that for a 10-figure brand right there, it grew them from $3 million in Q4 year over year to $10 million in one quarter with this exact strategy I'm about to teach with you right there. So that's how I bet everything on Black Friday weekend and totally lost. But now I'm going to share with you exactly where I pivoted, how I pivoted, what I did, and how you can implement it for yourself. As you know, I'm not going to reiterate a little bit about my past webinars and what you see on my LinkedIn or YouTube channel. I distilled everything I learned, my 10-figure email and SMS strategy, into one 330-page playbook right here. I have a new version, came out right there. It's got the little imprint there from Amazon, not for resale. You can't get this one, but new cover, new content, updated for 2025. And it's been great. It's generated over $400 million in revenue for brands out there. And the main part of my strategy is a very 10-figure level, right? And that is, most of the brands out there are sending emails and texts, and that's all they do. They send emails and they send texts and they send better designed emails and they send better worded texts, and boring, right? Just boring strategy. Anyone could do that. Anyone could send an email, period. The magic behind leveraging customers on your list, your email list, your SMS list, and really any customer file is you have to build a better customer relationship with them. And that's what it's about. Start building better customer relationships. I wrote this book in 2020, right? I'm sorry, 2022. And I knew this because the top brands were doing this back in 2015. They were building better customer relationships with their list. I was leading the charge for the brands I worked at. And I started sharing it with brands out there. I think they're slowly starting to get it. And in, in the beginning of this year, even Klaviyo started getting it and started seeing our 10-figure way, right? We were talking all about building better customer relationships, and that's exactly what Klaviyo started building their platform around as well. They're now on a mission to build better customer relationships, proud to be a partner with them and help share that mission for brands like you. So when you're looking at your email platform and your email strategy, you got to break free from that send more mentality and start thinking, how do I build better customer relationships? Because they last a lot longer, right? That's the key part. And the mindset of the top brands, again, not to go too deep into it, you get my book, check that out. Mindset of the top brands is build better customer relationships, right? It's reverse thinking, right? Simon Sinek's, The Power of Why, or Start with Why, is we're on a mission to build better customer relationships. We do that by connecting with people on a one-to-one level. And the way we do that is by using email and SMS, because it's the cheapest, most profitable channel. That's how we think about it. And that's the mindset of the top brands. So on this Q4 plan, I want you to think about that mindset and say, how are we building better customer relationships, and not just selling? It's going to happen automatically. When you have a better relationship, you'll sell more. It just naturally happens. When you set out to just sell more, you may hit that goal, may not. But if you set out to build better customer relationships, you'll 100% hit that goal. You see how that works? That's why the top brands reverse the thinking, and it helps their brand scale, double, triple their sales during the holiday season. Our strategy comes down to just 4 principles, right? Segmentation, personalization, automation, multiplication. Again, the webinar is not dedicated to that strategy. Highly recommend you go get my book, visit our website. Segmentation, personalization, automation, multiplication. That's all you need to know, right? And it comes down to, if I want to distill it further, right person, right message, right time, repeat. Find the right person, send them the right message at the right time in their buying cycle, and repeat it for different products, cohorts, and channels, you name it. Okay, that's the strategy. Right person, right message, right time, repeat. Right person, right message, right time, repeat. Most brands, they somewhat get segmentation okay, right? They suck at personalization, though. They're terrible, right? They don't get it. They're told, send better design and better copy and put first name in the subject line. That's not personalization. You got to get to the next level. You're thinking at a 6-figure level or a 7-figure level, maybe. I want you to think at a 10-figure level. So personalization is where they fall down. Automation is where they can save more time, and multiplication is how they scale. More channels, more opportunities, more omni-channel approaches right there. So now that I give you the background behind the 10-figure mindset that I want to share with you today, let's go into the specifics of 2025 Q4. What are some of the trends and stats to know? And there are hundreds and hundreds of trends and hundreds of stats to know. But let's talk about the ones that will impact your brand right now as it relates to this strategy. So number 1, the holiday season moves up every single year. Every year it's moving further and further up. October, I think Amazon just announced their Prime Day. I think it's maybe a week earlier than it was last year. Now it's October 7th and 8th, if I'm not mistaken. And every year it just moves up and up, right? And why do you think it moves up further and further? Well, this graph is a really good graph I found from Salsify, which I don't think it's changed much from last year, but you have to understand how customers shop, right? As customers get older, they tend to shop earlier. Look at the baby boomers, right? It shows here on this graph, and if the graph is a little small, you can always get this the replay, and I'll send you some slides. But 24% of them actually shop for their holiday gifts in October. only 11% of them shop during Cyber Week, which means that if there's not an opportunity to get them, if you miss that opportunity in October to get them to get gifts from you, you could miss out entirely, right? And let's look at the flip side. Gen Zers, 25% of them shop in October, but majority of them shop in November. So for them, you need to cater your marketing more towards November. So it really depends on the demographics of your brand. But the biggest spenders, I think the baby boomers and the Gen Xers, are spending more in October. So the holiday season, therefore, is moving up to October. What's interesting here also is that the baby boomers, also 22% of them actually shop in December too. Why? Smaller gifts for kids, grandkids, coworkers, you name it. So knowing your customer demographics will help you adapt to the season. And that's exactly why the big brands, the big box retailers, actually start their holidays in early October, right? And this is pushing customers to buy earlier and not wait until Black Friday hits. And that's what they're doing, right? They're pushing up. The byproduct of that is that you have to push up too. You have to think Q4 and not 5 days only. That is the most critical element to take away from this. Those are the stats. Those are the trends we can see. A couple more that you should know. Number one, 85% of customers are adopting cost-saving behaviors. All this, by the way, is from Harvard Business Review, McKinsey, Statista, eMarketer, I think and Ernst & Young. 85% are adopting cost-saving behaviors. 55% of shoppers actually buy before Black Friday, right? There's another stat you should know is that they tend to gift themselves and then gift for someone else. So even though you think they'll buy in October or in early November, they still have potential to do another sale, right? So that's another side. BNPL, buy now, purchase later. Buy now, pay later increased to 10% of all orders, as it went from like 8% to 10%. Memberships drive first pass for sales. So if you have a membership program like Sam's Club or Amazon Prime or Walmart Plus, I believe that's what it's called, those actually are the first place customers look, right? It's a good message for memberships and having some sort of a loyalty program. They will go to your brand first. 54% plan to use AI to help with holiday shopping. That's not going to be for this webinar. There's a whole bunch of things that talking about AI. I want to talk about strategy first. AI is a tactic, right? So I want to get the strategy right. You can layer in AI on top of it. And Thanksgiving closures that are trending up. A lot of brands now are starting to close their store on Thanksgiving, give their people, their workers a time off. Thanksgiving closures means more online shoppers. And this is important for retailers because if they're closing the store, if Walmart's closing and Best Buy's closing and Sephora's closing, guess what? If you stay open, that's more traffic to your store. And if not, you got to be able to compete online because they're all going to go to Walmart. They're all going to go to Best Buy, right? So you got to be able to compete as well. So let's talk about why you're not thinking about Q4 enough, right? Now that you know kind of the stats and you know where the opportunity is, why aren't brands thinking about it? Why is every single marketing piece, every single piece of content, every single noise in your inbox and on your social feed, why are you all talking about Black Friday? And why are you not thinking about Q4 enough? What's holding you back? Why is it such a secret? Why are we ignoring October and then kind of ignoring December? What's going on? Well, the reason is, from what I've looked at, based on the hundreds of audits and hundreds of brands that we worked with, you really don't know what a great Q4 and Black Friday really looks like. You really don't know what you don't know. You don't know what Q4 should bring. You don't have a projection. You don't have an idea about Black Friday. You just know that it's such a great time to send an email. That's the extent of what you're trying to do, right? That's not strategy. That's tactical. You think it's about design and copy, right? So you're thinking, I got obsessed over my design and copy for Black Friday and call it a day. So you're not thinking about the whole Q4 plan. You focus on 5 days only, right? That's Black Friday, Cyber Weekend. You try to sell much and not listen enough. You're all motivated to blast out there and get your message. I have clients right now that even still haven't gone through that mentality. We're kind of like trying to get them there, where they haven't embraced the idea that sometimes it's better to send fewer emails and make them better. That's the better way to do that. And you focus on opens and not clicks and vanity metrics that don't really matter, right? The whole point of email and SMS at its root is a traffic generator. It's meant to get clicks to your site. That's it. The rest will take care of itself if you have a stable website. And maybe you also listen to too many apps and non-experts who talk about, Black Friday, Black Friday, Black Friday, and they ignore 90 days, 85 days of the quarter that could be making you actually more money in the long run than Black Friday. And above all, you really are thinking at a six-figure level, not a 10-figure level. But if you're on this webinar and listening to it and catching the replay and downloading our playbooks, you're thinking at a 10-figure level now, right? That's the level I'm thinking at. That's the level our clients are thinking at. So we want to break free from that and stop thinking at that 6-figure level and go jump to 10 figures. And you don't need to jump like you don't need to wait until you get from 6 to 7, then 7 to 8, then 8 to 9. Let's jump ahead. Let's get the mindset going, and I'll give you the strategy as well. So with that in mind, now that you don't know what you don't know, here's my goals for you to win the holiday season earlier. Number one, I'm giving you the 10-figure Q4 and Black Friday Cyber Monday plan. It'll help you stave off your competition, increase your list engagement, drive holiday sales earlier, build LTV well into 2026. Our goal is not just to drive sales now, but it's also not to get those one and done holiday buyers that you're sure to get. We want to actually get them for year long. All year long, we want to have them and become more profitable this year. End the year strong after that, those challenges with the tariffs and inventory and inflation and people buckling their belt and the wallet not coming out too much, right? So we want to become more profitable this year. That's my goals for this webinar for you. So it'll solve. Why aren't you thinking about it? Well, you probably don't have goals. You probably don't have a plan. You've been thinking at a 6-figure level. Now let's start thinking at a 10-figure level and let's get started. High level goals, right? This is our high level $100 million Q4 email and SMS strategy that you should be implementing right away. As of this video, the Q4 is in just about a couple of weeks. We always get ahead of it, and it's the best time to get ahead of it right now, right? But even if you're watching this in mid-October or November, there's still opportunity to tap into it, right? Don't watch on December 31st. You got to watch it now. So $100 million Q4 email and SMS strategy. This strategy comes down to 3 tiers, 3 concepts that you need to implement. And just it's high level thinking. And I'm going to get to the tactical side in a second. Number 1, we want to reactivate your list, right? We want to make sure that your list is activated and maximize your list and holiday sales potential. Number 2, we want to drive revenue and ensure that we are getting revenue driving campaigns, not just that idea of storytelling and branding. And number 3, repeat. We want to get 2 purchases out of every holiday shopper. That's the goal for our Q4 strategy. I'll go a little bit deeper into the slides. Number 1, we want to reactivate and re-engage your customer list, right? That's the biggest element here. We want to ensure that your customers are active, are prepared, that your list that you spent years building is ready for it. The way I think about it and the way you should be thinking about it is that customers will buy from somewhere. It's Q4, it's holiday shopping, right? You got Christmas, you got Hanukkah, you got Thanksgiving. They're buying gifts right now. The question is, are they buying from you? So they are 100% active and they are 100% engaged. The question is, are they engaged with your brand? Are they paying attention to your messages? And how do we get them engaged? How do we reactivate them? How do we stop talking at them all year long, which we were doing? And how do we start listening to them and hearing their thoughts? How do we predict what they're gifting? How do we predict what they're spending? How can we get more out of them and actually get them prepared for the holiday season? So let's reactivate and re-engage. Number 2, we want to focus on revenue driving emails, right? There are many times in the past, like I said, January to September, you hear people talking about, you tell your brand and your storytelling and your reviews, and we don't do revenue driving emails, which every email should drive some sort of revenue. I'm not sure what that even means. Why would you send the email? We want to actually drive revenue from this Q4 plan. The time for branding, we had that for the first 3 quarters. Now it's time for action. We got to get them in the seats. They're money to spend. They have people to gift. They want to gift themselves. They know the deals are coming. So capitalize on that. In addition, we need to think about what products are the most profitable to us. Which should we be positioning more in front of our customers? What do our templates look like that we can maximize clicks and maximize conversions from it? What's our email strategy? Because right now, should we be talking about one product? Should we be talking about all our entire portfolio of products? Should we be we should have been offer testing all, first 3 quarters, right? What's the best offer to run out now based on our tests, right? It's all about revenue driving plan. What technology do we need to layer in on top of that so we can maximize our revenue? All these have got to be part of your plan, and that's why it's a tier 2 of our revenue of our Q4 strategy. Revenue. Got to think from a revenue perspective now, right? Branding, storytelling, all good in January, all good in March, all good in July. It's November. It's Q4. It's time to make some money. The third tier is repeat purchases, right? There's no reason why people should be focusing, there's no reason why brands should be focusing on getting just one sale on November and Black Friday. They should be focusing on how can we get 2 sales? And why is that important? Because lifetime value increases about 600% if you get a customer to buy twice. Going from 1 to 2 is probably the biggest leap your brand has. We did an audit for a brand about a couple weeks ago, and I showed them how 77% of their customers were actually one and done buyers. And out of one and done buyers, about 60% of them came during the holiday season, which means their holiday plan, their Q4 plan, got all these one and done buyers who barely made a profit for them, right? You gave away the house, right? 50% off, and then free shipping, and then free returns, and then whatever else you gave away. And they never made another purchase. So it was kind of, they gained nothing. My goal is to focus on getting your customers to buy twice, because they have the potential to. Stats show people are buying during the holiday season for themselves and for other people. So there's a chance inherently to get repeat purchases within the holiday season. And if we do, they will stay around for a lifetime. So those are our 3 main goals for our Q4 strategy. Now that you know what our strategy looks like, right? Reactivate, revenue, and repeat, 3 tiers. Now let's go away from high-level strategy and go to eye-level tactics. How do we implement this? And the best way to implement it is by understanding your calendar, right? Let's talk about our $100 million Q4 email and SMS calendar that will help you win the holidays and actually implement that reactivate, revenue, and repeat strategy I put in front of you. You can get this all at blackfridayplaybook.com, right? I'm holding that calendar video. There's a whole video explainer about how we run a calendar and how we piece together our calendar for 2025. You can access it at blackfridayplaybook.com. If for some reason you don't get it, we are repairing the site, making sure that it's ready for the rush. But you can always send me a message and we'll send you over the calendar video. It's also available in our Retention Nation Facebook group. I'm not going to push it live out to YouTube or anything like that. I'm actually going to keep it inherent. A lot of our customers and subscribers prefer to have this owned, platform where they can learn our calendar and learn and talk to us and dialogue with us directly. So if you get it, blackfridayplaybook.com, you can find the calendar, and this will help demystify what I'm about to share with you. Number 1, October plan. We want to activate your true customer list, right? So now that you're planning out your October calendar, we've already planned it out for all our clients. Number 1, reactivate, right? That's our goal. We want to reactivate our list. How do you do that? How do we re-engage our list to get them moving? Well, number 1, you'll see in your inbox all the time, gift guides, right? What's a gift guide? A gift guide is meant to be sent to a customer and let them click through and tell them exactly what they're looking to buy. Look at this one from Nordstrom over there. It says gifts for her, gifts for him, gifts for kids, different click points for them to go in. The one in the middle shows gifts by persona, gifts for the best friend, gifts for the coworker, gifts for the mom and the mother-in-law, wherever it may be. All that is meant to get data on customers. You can send by persona, by price points, right? By collection. All those are gift guides that give you data. And at the end of every single send, I will then know that Isaac, he wants to gift his wife a gift over $500 and wants to gift a bag, right? Something. Just making something up. And that is how you can now fuel your future emails. You can also send out SMS gifting surveys, right? What are you in the market for? Who are you looking to gift this year? If we were to give this offer of, if I were to give offer 1 or offer 2 or offer 3, which one would you be most interested in? They text back the answer. They feel engaged. They feel involved. That's an SMS survey. You can send a message. You want to be the first to know? Click here to be the first to know. That's it. Simple. Engage your list. And most people want to be signed up anyway because they want to be the first to know. They're on your list for a reason at some point. So they'll be the first to know when they alert. They're kind of self-selecting themselves, right? And you have an opportunity to say, what also, now that I'm reactivating the list, what apps, offers, or holiday value are you sharing now that they didn't know about before, right? Because that's so important, right? Maybe last year, over the years, they didn't find anything new, nothing fresh, nothing great, nothing intriguing. Now it's the holiday season. New things are coming. Get ready. And also on top of that, this is a month where you can actually drive a good amount of revenue. Push the holiday season up earlier. Have a Prime Day variation, right? A sale just for your brand, a VIP 2-day sale, full clearance. Really great way to clear out that warehouse and actually start, marketing out with the old, in with the new for the holidays, right? Your fall clearance is leaving all the products behind, and now we're moving forward, right? That's fall clearance. And then NPAs, new product announcements for new gifts, right? That's usually a time when September, I think the iPhone just came out, right? September, October, even November, new arrivals just landed, a new holiday gift you want to check out. And that's a great time to drive extra revenue. So that's October, right? We're accomplishing two of our goals right there. Here's a glance at the calendar. Again, not going to go too in depth on it because there's a whole video that explains it, but our calendar for our clients looks something like this, right? And we cherry pick which ones make sense for the brand. October new arrivals. We do a re-engagement push. We have multiple gift guides that are running all the time, right? Gifts by persona, gifts by price point, gifts by collection. Fall clearance, October bestsellers, dynamic emails that show more of what people want to gift, less of what I want to sell. Halloween, another great time to drive some revenue with a one-day sale. So all that is in our October calendar. Again, go to blackfridayplaybook.com. You can get a deeper video on this. Now let's talk about our November plan, right? November plan was all about winning holiday sales before Black Friday. We want to get sales early and make sure that Black Friday, Cyber Monday is the cherry on top, right? We had a great October. We had a great November. And Black Friday just adds more to it. That's even better. Who wouldn't want that? So you really want to make sure that you send more emails of what they want to gift and less of what you want to sell. Now, how do you know what they want to gift? Because you just reactivated them and asked them in October. So now you have a better performing, much more personalized email segmentation and personalization, right? We have an updated holiday flow structure. You want to open up your flows, get them audited, making sure you know what the potential is, what's working, what's not working, what could be turned off, what could be doubled down on, if you will. And then you want to perfect and maximize your Black Friday, Cyber Monday rollout. You want to make sure that it's ready to go, right? Again, cherry on top. No stress about it anymore, right? Because all your sales came in October or November. That's the revenue strategy side, right? And then we also want to reactivate. We have better segmentation with the October data, right? We said before, we could send better emails because we asked them in October. We have tiered discounts for different segments. Now we can say, you know what? This list that hasn't bought all year, maybe we should have a steeper offer for Black Friday for them than our VIP customers, maybe a slightly lower offer. Again, assuming you've tested it all, right? So tiered discounts for different segments, tiered offers, tiered opportunities. So that works with the reactivate stage too. And then also, now's when you start thinking about the repeat phase, right? Those October early gifters, those baby boomers who bought majority in October, what upsell, cross-sell can we deliver to them, right? We have on our calendar some dynamic emails, items they think they'll like, right? Target those October early gifters, right? They bought a $10,000 camera. They're an early gifter, right? They bought something to gift themselves or gift a friend. Well, now we accessorize them, right? We want to make sure that we target them early. So it's a great way to get a repeat purchase in the holiday season. You see how we're working it? It's not just a one and done. Now it's 2 times and 3 times and 4 times in the holiday season while the wallet and purse is open, right? Get them while their money's out. Why not? That is your November plan. So now we're tackling three tiers of my strategy in the holiday season, right? We're not just thinking about what email should I send today? What email should I send today? Boring, right? We actually have a plan that we base our campaign calendar around. Let's take a quick look at our November campaign calendar. You can see exactly how we piece it together, right? You have dynamic emails, peppered throughout because people want more of what they want to gift and they don't want to hear about what I want to sell. They want to buy what they want to buy. So I just want to show them more of what they want to buy. That's it. That's my job. We have a one-day sale for Singles Day, right? Revenue. Get that revenue, a BOGO offer, right? A holiday kickoff. What's our holiday value propositions we're adding this year? Extended returns or 2-day shipping, or we offer buy now, pay later or a new form of payment. All in that is the holiday kickoff. We have new arrivals, new product announcements. We've extended Black Friday as well, right? Black Friday used to be 5 days. Now we're extending it a week, even 2 weeks, going to early Black Friday. So that's how you piece together November. And it's all around the mentality of revenue. The revenue is the strategy. That's the second R in our Q4 strategy. So revenue right there. Let's pivot now to our December plan, right? To make sure that we cap off Q4 in a really strong fashion. And December's plan is all about try to get 2 holiday sales from every customer. That's our goal. And that's the repeat phase, right? Like I said before, people gift themselves and they gift others. And if they bought a $5,000 camera, a $2,000 bike, whatever it may, a whole kitchen set, I don't know. Now is when you accessorize their primary purchase, right? You get them to get more of what they can maximize their primary purchase from, right? They bought a gift. Here's how you maximize that gift in the holiday season. And guess what? It's the best time because it's on sale, wherever it may be. So that's why you see stocking stuffers on the calendar and 12 days of gifting and gift cards. Such a great profit opportunity. I'm going to talk about it in a second. Gift cards are a great upsell opportunity, a great second purchase opportunity. End of year write-offs are fantastic because end of the year is coming, right? Got to think about the end of the year too, right? It's not just about getting it in time for Christmas, but end of year write-offs. If you're a business that sells industrial products, here's the time to write off those items. Get that tax deduction. So that's the repeat phase of our strategy. And then also, we're not alienating revenue, right? You can still have revenue in our strategy for December. Extend Black Friday a few more days, right? Extend Black Friday earlier in November and Cyber Monday, extend a couple more days in December. Free expedited shipping is a great way to get people to start saying, you know what, I get free expedited shipping. Maybe I give an offer for it, totally free just to buy right now and get it in time, or buy online, pick up in store. Quick stat, if they buy online and they're an in-store customer, that increases, again, lifetime value by 400%. Isn't that fantastic, right? So an in-store customer, an online customer, super high value. And then finally, end-of-year clearance, massive driver of sales, right? That's actually said to be one of the biggest drivers of sales, even more than Black Friday in some categories, right? In some type of brands, end-of-year clearance is really even better. So that's our December plan right there. We're going to get 2 holiday sales from every customer. And to look into our December calendar, we propose, again, a little bit bigger on our video plan. Cyber Week, Cyber Monday is extended into Cyber Week. We have 12 days of gifting, stocking stuffers, trending gifts, holiday bundles and kits, right? You bought a camera, now you want to bundle with other items. You bought a MacBook, time to bundle it with a great mouse and speakers and headphones and whatever you need. Bundling gifts, best of the holidays, and then again, working backwards from fulfillment, holiday shipping deadlines, last minute gifting, get a gift card, and ending the year with a clearance. So that's a great way to get that repeat purchase that you're expecting while also driving revenue. The reactivate of the list, kind of done by now, right? You don't need to reactivate as much. Let's focus on January to get that done the next part. But right now, we're now focused on repeat buyers and ending the month with strong revenue. That's how we roll out our Q4 strategy. So now I just shared with you, right? Our high-level Q4 strategy, focus on reactivate customers, get them ready for the holidays, revenue-driving campaigns that actually move the needle and get things going, updating your flows, making sure they're ready for the holiday season. And then third is try to get 2 purchases at least from every customer during the holiday season. Not every customer, but majority of your best customers should buy at least twice during the holiday season. So now that we've implemented the strategy, right, we have tactically implemented on our calendar, let's talk about some extra bonus hacks that we call the $1 billion email and SMS holiday profit hacks. These are guaranteed to increase your profits, increase your revenue from everything you do in Q4. I've already distilled, I took some of them off from the last webinar and kind of peppered them into the strategy, but these are the hacks that are standalone hacks. If you take away one thing or a few things out of this webinar, these could be great, right? These could be really quick wins, right? The strategy is a little harder to implement, right? That's what we do it for brands, but these are quick hacks we can do right away. Number 1, perfect your holiday master template. The perfect holiday template doesn't exist, right? It actually does exist, right? This is the structure of it, right? Especially if you're a retailer. Especially for DTC brands, retailers, there's a holiday structure that you can see. And I remember last year, I did this Black Friday webinar and I said in Q4, this is the holiday structure. And I've been doing this for years. And ironically, Nordstrom and Macy's both entered my inbox with the same exact structure I've been talking about. I know it works. It's a 10-figure strategy, guys. 10-figure level, not a 6-figure level. You can ignore those people who say, you're sending a boring Black Friday email. That's totally subjective. Nothing to back it up with data. Or you should write better copy and have this copywriter write it. Totally subjective. AI can do it better. It's all about a 10-figure thinking that I'm bringing to you. Check your past heat maps, right? See what's working for your customer list, right? Check that heat map. You have a Klaviyo heat map on every single email. Check it out. See if you can download the data and see where are people clicking the most. Pretty much the top half of the email, the hero image, and the big call to action at the very top are usually what people are clicking the most. But there are components to your email that you should have in pretty much every single holiday email from October until December 31st. You don't have to have them all at the same time, but these are the ones that engage people, right? What are the components, right? So number one, there's a top hero, one-click postcard, as I call it. It just gets click. It's easy to view on mobile, great on desktop, just one click and you're in. Then there is navigation, right? Navigation allows you to kind of gravitate to different sections. Your subscribers can get there quicker, right? If they're not interested in the main tentpole hero image, at least they can get somewhere closer. Great example is look at that Black Friday email. Black Friday sale on literally millions of products at Macy's or millions of products at Nordstrom's. Or if you have a brand that has even 100 SKUs or even like 50 collections, it's a lot to weed through, trying to find that perfect deal, trying to find that perfect gift. Navigation allows them to get closer to what they want to get. So navigation is super important to have in every email. Dynamic recommendations, critical to have in emails because, again, people want to buy what they want to buy and gift what they want, and they want less of what you want to sell. Don't pretend that you know what everyone wants on your list, right? Don't have that big of an ego, right? I don't have that ego. I pay attention to the data. I want to see more of what I want to buy, not what you want to sell. Secondary and tertiary offers should be in your email as well. Like, so for a great example, gift cards. Put gift cards in your email. Easy money. They should be in all your holiday templates from October 1st to December 31st because everyone buys a gift card. It's a throwaway. Why not? Oh, I got to get a gift for this guy. Get a gift card. Easy, right? Simple. So those secondary and tertiary offers are really critical to add to your email. It's also holiday value propositions, right? What's going on for the holidays, new initiatives, extended returns, right? New forms of payment. All that stuff is great. AI chatbots on your site, call us and talk to us online to get the best price. All that super important to have in your holiday template. And the result is, you'll maximize variety for your customers and increase your click to convert rate. They get to where they need to get to faster, right? They're not weeding through your entire site or landing on your homepage and having to start fresh. They're getting exactly where they need to be. So perfect your holiday master template. Perfect your holiday master template. And the reason is, again, not to belabor it, but most emails are designed for you, or your agency loves them, or your CMO loves them. But the best emails are designed for your 50,000 subscribers, your 100,000 subscribers, your 1 million subscribers. That's the best way to do it, right? It's less about you, right? These emails are talking about more or less you. You're the owner, you're the brand. They talk about you, and you should be talking more about them. That's the value of the holiday template I just shared with you. It's all about them. And you're steering your templates around what they are doing. There's so many dynamic capabilities that you're probably not even scratching the surface on, but more about them is how you win the holiday season. Hack number 2, put gift cards in everything, right? Digital gift cards are pure profit. Best of all, they can only use it with you, right? They buy a $30 gift card. Where are they going to spend it? Only spend it with you, right? So it's a great way to get magically, I don't know why I said magically, it's a great way to get pure profit. It's a magical way to get pure profit, right? It's all money in the bank. There's a reason why Starbucks has a cash, right? They have an app that you load your app up with cash, right? In order to get a coffee later on. What do they do with all that cash? They fund new store openings. They fund business operations. They fund new product lines, right? It's cash. You can get cash from a customer and nothing to do, there's no expense on your end. Why wouldn't you put it on everything, right? I don't know why people don't do that. They can only use it with you. And best of all, sometimes they break. Sometimes there's a lot of breakage, right? If I bought a $100 gift card, okay, it's a pretty good chance I'm going to use it. But if I bought a $10 gift card, maybe I'll use it. Maybe I'll forget about it. I imagine I've forgotten about, 20% of all my gift cards I've ever gotten. I think I have one in my inbox right now that never even opened. Should probably check it out, to be honest. I just got one yesterday from one of our app vendors, Alia Pop-Up. So they're great. Highly recommend it. It's not a plug for them. I just happened to get it from them yesterday, right? Review your breakage, right? If a $10 gift card hardly ever gets redeemed, well, that's great. That's money in the bank. And again, they use that gift card on a higher purchase too, right? If I have a $10 gift card and it's off a $100 item, I just made, another $90 on top of it, right? So point programs are similar, right? If you have a points program, if you put double, triple rewards, it's like a gift card, right? Because now you're injecting them with points that they can only use under your brand. It feels good. They feel like they have money in the bank. and you're good, right? So points program are very similar. Highly recommend you leverage your points program at the same time. Start this in October. Put it on your templates. Add gift cards to every template. Track their usage through Q4 and always remind them to redeem. We have a campaign and an automation running for every brand we work with that reminds them, use your points, use your gift card, redeem it, because we know that if they use it, they'll probably buy something bigger than just $10. Some clients have one that just has a $10 gift card, they're going to use $10. Okay, but that's rare. Either way, the result is extra holiday profit to fuel 2026. Why not? I want to add one more thing to this is that let's say I bought an item, right, in October. I bought my main gift. I buy a gift card, that's 2 purchases. If I buy a gift card for a coworker or a friend, that's 2 purchases. If I use that gift card again, which I have to, it's 3 purchases. So a gift card elicits inherently 2 purchases right out of the gate. Lifetime value increases 600%. Now we're talking real money throughout the whole rest of the year. 10-figure thinking, guys, 10-figure thinking. Next holiday hack, use dynamic gifts instead of static ones, right? Listen more, talk less. I know you want to sell that product. I know you want to sell your the thing you're over inventoried on. I know you want to get it out the door. I know you're very passionate about that pen or passionate about that, I don't know, lighting, whatever it may be, or the camera. I know you're passionate about it. I just have to be looking at cameras and electronics all around me, but I know you're passionate about that MacBook, but people want to buy what they want to buy. So show them more of what they want to buy. That's it, right? They'll buy more. Very, very simple. People want to gift what they want. And it's not necessarily what you want to sell. And that's okay, right? That's what called dynamic recommendations are for. You use them effectively. You could show holiday bestsellers, holiday new arrivals, what's trending that they don't know about, items that are accessories for items they bought before, right? Remember, accessories in December for the ones they bought in October, November. Wisdom of the crowd. What is the crowd telling us, right? What are people looking at on the site? What's trending? What's hot? What's not? Dynamic versus curated. Go in there and say, I think these 4 products are great, and I'm going to test it against the algorithm. Sure, curate the products yourself. Low stock and new stock. Force that FOMO or urgency by showing items that only have a few left, right? All these are great ways to use dynamic recommendations to sell more product, right? And that's going to, it really gets higher clicks and higher conversions because you're showing more of what they want to buy, less of what you want to sell. Hack number 4, I think it's number 4. Hack number 4, close every single abandoned gap, right? You want to close every single flow gap on top of that, right? The top brands understand that the money is in the follow-up. Your campaign that you're sending out right now, it may look gorgeous and perfect and you may fall in love with it and it belongs in the Louvre, right? It's a 5-second email. People pay attention for 5 seconds and either they click or they don't. If they buy, they don't. And then you're on to the next campaign. But the top brands know that the money is in the follow-up. Flows follow up for you. So you need to audit your flows and perfect them for the holidays. Are they working at peak performance? Do they need some oiling? Every engine needs oiling. Are they holiday ready? Are they showing all the holiday value propositions you have in your campaigns? And focus on the 80-20 of your flows, not the most. You could have about 30 or 40 flows running. And I'll show you my portfolio of flows in a second. You could have 30 or 40 flows running, but really only 8 of them are doing anything, right? And used to be generally the welcome and the abandons. That's about it. So focus on the ones that are really moving the needle. We'll put the other ones aside for now, right? Don't have to focus on everything, right? You don't have to blow it all up, right? You just have to focus on what's working and double down. You can steal my $1 billion abandon funnel, and I'll show you how to capture 2 times the abandoners, recover 3 times the sales, improve your return on ad spend, and actually have more of an omni-channel approach, right? You see the graphic on the right. That's a Klaviyo basic one. It's a little hard to see here, but again, I can always send you the slides. The graphic on the top right, it's a basic flow for abandon, right? Send an email, send an email, send an email, right? Everything's about email, email, email. Unprofitable. Now, we then make an omni-channel, right? Send an email, follow up with an SMS, send that data over to Meta Ads and Google Ads for retargeting once email runs its course. Even to customer service, if it's a high AOV product, and give them a call. Better follow-up equals higher conversions, 10-figure level, right? We want 10-figure flows. That's the level we're at. This is my complete automation portfolio. And is this complete? It may have some extra there, but this is the type of portfolio you want to look at it and say, wow, do I have everything running? Is it running correctly? Am I oiling it and making sure it's running effectively? And What other gaps do I have on my site right now? Are people searching for products, not finding it? How do I do a search abandon? Are people looking at collections and not finding what they need and not taking the next step? How do I do an abandon there, right? Are people coming to my site and bouncing? What do I do there, right? What other apps can identify more abandoners, right? So all that is part of our automation portfolio. So it's really important to get your flows audited and know where your gaps are. Because if you don't see a gap, you may be leaving a lot of money on the table. And Q4 is not the time to leave a lot of money on the table. What will happen is you'll take that money and send it over to your ads and say, I got to spend more on ads. And that's unprofitable approach, right? And that's an example again of a basic Klaviyo abandon funnel. You have like 2, 3 abandons, right? Basic ones, you turn it on and you kind of forgot about it for 3 years. This is our $1 billion abandon funnel where we tackle every single point of abandon. And that's kind of where you want to be, a better strategy for abandonment. So that's what you need to get. That's the holiday hack, right? Audit your flows, audit your automations, audit your abandons, make them in top peak holiday performance. Holiday hack number 5, really important one when planning out any calendar and also when combining marketing and customer service, which is probably super critical for you, right? Marketing and customer service don't always communicate. I bet they're hardly ever in the same room, right? Marketing needs to know what to send. And their idea is we got to send this and send that and send this. Customer service, meanwhile, is handling the gripes and the problems. And I just got this email that said, there's a deal on this product, but I can't get in time for holidays. And customer service says, well, we didn't know about that email. No one told us about it. And I just had to deal with you. Bad, 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 bad. 10-figure level is thinking about it and getting them in the same room every single week of Q4. Work backwards from fulfillment. Create your campaign calendar with fulfillment in mind. And the main question is, can I get my gift by December 25th? That's the biggest question on people's minds, right? Start your campaign planner all around that, right? And the tone you should have is get the gifts early, beat the rush, running low, right? As the holidays, as Q4 continues to get deeper and deeper, right? November is beat the rush, right? And end of December is like running low, right? We're running low. Time's running out, right? Align marketing, customer service, super important, right? Sample December plan right there. Again, free ground shipping, last chance, right? We're interested in you buying. We want you to buy. And it's free ground shipping. It's free. Get it now. But if you can't get it, there's free 2-day shipping 2 days later. And then you send a third message, free expedite shipping, last chance. And then on the day of, right, December 23rd, 24th, buy online, pick up in store. Okay? That's how you work backwards from fulfillment. That leads to better trust, higher sales, and lower returns. Customers, they feel like they went out of their way and you went out of their way to help them. The return rate is much lower, right? They feel they maybe can trade it in for someone else if it's really not a fit, but they got it. They worked hard to get it, and they know you worked with them. Better trust leads to lower returns. Holiday hack number 7, acquire more raised holiday hands, right? This is the time now is when you can build out the infrastructure of your website to attract more people, right? And it gets involved. You have to get involved with pop-ups and different channels and your website, right? Get customers to self-identify that they're interested in holiday deals early, right? You have one from Autorama right there. You go on autorama.com/Black Friday. I believe that's what it is. You'll see a countdown timer until when Black Friday hits. And you'll also see a form embedded on their site that gets people to say, I want to hear about it. They're building up a list of self-selectors, right? Raised hands. And you're adding more subscribers across their channels. You can build your list of Black Friday fans and VIPs. You have Target right here, has a Black Friday deals. I'm going to show you my video in a second about 13 ways to grow your SMS list fast in time for Black Friday. So number 1, in October, if you haven't done it yet, do it now, right? I A/B test your pop-ups in October. Be the first to know, sign up if you want to be the first to know about Black Friday versus your normal pop-up, right? Create SEO optimized Black Friday, Cyber Monday landing pages like these right here. SEO optimized, you type in Autorama Black Friday or Camera Black Friday or Target Black Friday, this will come up. Add in secondary banners in your emails that people click in and say, yeah, I'm interested in hearing more. When they click, that gives them a tag. Add banners to transactional emails. Say, you could be the first to know your order unlocked early access to our upcoming deal. Click to confirm, right? Things like that. And also use social media and influencers that you're working with to drive your borrowed social media followers to your owned media, right? All those influencers you're working with, all the ones who are paying for the holidays, have them say, click here to go join this list and get early access, my treat. The result is a much stronger Black Friday Cyber Monday list and higher channel adoption. They're engaged with more channels, sign up for email, sign up for SMS, right? Even downloading your app, it's all good. That's how you acquire more raised holiday hands. You can watch my video here on TikTok. It says 13 ways to grow your SMS list fast. Got about 300 likes on that. Really good video. Highly recommend you check it out. It gives you, it's about a minute video. I think we got down to a minute. 13 ways to grow your SMS list fast. A great way to start adopting people into a new channel and get them raised hands for the holidays, right? Great way to do that. The last hack. The last hack is probably the most important hack. I saved the best for last. You got to know your tech. You got to know the capabilities of Klaviyo. You got to know the capabilities of Shopify. From what I've seen, 10% of people that use Klaviyo, majority of people that use Klaviyo only use 10% of it. 90% of it is wasted. Majority of brands that use Shopify only use 15% of it. So much is wasted. You don't even know it's wasted because you're probably like glazing over it. You're looking at this and that and this and that, like, okay, what does that do? What does that do? I'm not sure. I'll just send the next campaign. Oh, I'll just design something new. I'll just be able to be done. I hope I didn't get cut off there. Okay, there you go. So know your technology, right? And maximize the use of it. Maximize your Klaviyo and Shopify ROI. Know where your tech gaps are right now. And if you haven't ordered it in September, do it in October ASAP, because you don't know what gaps exist and you can't add in apps or tools to fill them. And when you audit your tech, you got to look at your basic fundamentals, right? Do we have all the fundamentals we need? If you even use another 10% of your Klaviyo account, you probably will jump another 20% in revenue during Q4. Okay, there's a bunch of opportunity there you probably don't even know about. Or your deliverability. What customer personalization data do you have, right? How are your apps and integrations running? Are they broken? Are they running effectively? Are they missing anything? Are the metrics running? Are you using all the metrics? What's your list growth and hygiene? Is it good, right? It's time you need to unlock that $40 for every $1 ROI that email promises. You're probably unlocking maybe $10 to $1 ROI, still good, but nowhere near the $40. And it all starts with a quick checklist, right? We have one. We gave this out to some of the Yapo brands that Yapo shut down their email SMS program. They're now coming over to Klaviyo and OmniSend, and we gave away our ESP migration 200-point checklist. And you'd be surprised. People didn't even know that they should be checking for this. They're like, a customer data dictionary? What's that? What's that? Well, how do you know your customers if you don't know every single data point about them? That's personalization, right? So maximize your actual technology. You're paying for it. You're paying thousands of dollars a month for Klaviyo. You're paying hundreds of dollars for Shopify, maybe even thousands. If you're not maximizing it, you're just wasting it. Time to get that audit done. That's why it's the last hack. It's easy to do, right? Because you're going to look at it and be like, well, I don't know I see 15 things on my navigation here, but I know about 3 of them. I know how to send a campaign. Well, that's not enough. You got to get someone in there to audit your technology. So that gives you a good, clear understanding of Q4. I gave you my Q4 strategy, right? Reactivate, revenue, and repeat. I shared with you my actual how to implement that strategy with my 2025 Q4 campaign calendar. And now I'm going to show you, and we also shared our holiday hacks for you that you can implement as well. Now I'm going to relatively end the webinar with a case study, right? So this is all good and well, but what's the result of something we would see for this, right? What's the result of a brand that really excelled in Q4 from this type of strategy? So I'm going to give you one from 2024. Here's what happened for a client that saw this webinar last year. They saw this exact one in September, jumped on a call, got it done for them. So this brand right here, right? All about our strategy. We were able to pull holiday sales in earlier. We activated Prime Day. We tapped into reactivating their list. And they actually grew 198% in revenue over October the year before. Massive jump, 200% increase, right? They went from what does that look like? $70,000 a month to $108,000 a month just from revenue, right? Actually more, like it's about $45,000 a month to $108,000, right? They jumped by leaps and bounds from that October calendar we built out. In November, they grew by 260% right there versus previous year, $319,000 up. Huge jump. It was a massive jump for their business. Big increase. Nearly 3x growth for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. And then They actually gained $100,000 in December by doubling their holiday sales, right? They actually were able to double the sales from the holidays, right? From October sales and double their November sales by getting repeat purchases. And that's the magic behind it, right? So this brand really won Q4 entirely. And it wasn't just about email. A rising tide lifts all ships, right? So let me take a look at what their data is right here. You can see that this brand gained 163,000 in October because we pulled the holiday sales in earlier. And their CEO said it was because the email program was new. Everything else we were doing the same exact thing. The email strategy was totally new. We pulled holiday sales in earlier than before. We reduced reliance on ad spend in November and grew by $180,000 because email and SMS was a mature channel. Look at that massive jump around Black Friday. See that big blue jumped way up, fueled by our email program, right? We're the only ones that are driving the traffic like that. Email's the traffic generator. And then we capped off Q4 with getting repeat buyers and increasing LTV, $186,000 growth in December for this brand. And just now they use those customers throughout 2025, and they're going to use them throughout 2026 because there's better lifetime value and much more loyalty. That's the magic behind that calendar, right? So every single month they jumped by double digits because of our Q4 strategy, because we showed them where the gaps are, closed the gaps, and they had a strategy. And the strategy they used before was, let's design better, not boring emails, and let's write better copy. Boring. That's just tactics. You need a strategy, and that's how we got there. I showed this before, which is a different brand, not really about the holidays, but this brand went same kind of strategy, right? It works even in Q3, right? Where they went from $35,000 a month to $200,000 a month in Q2 2023. And the same strategy applies to every single month of the year. But certainly we're talking about Q4 now, so that's even better to roll out right now. I shared this is another case study where 8-figure retailer went from $112,000 a month to $354,000 a month in 90 days, tripling their email revenues in just one quarter. If you roll it out in Q4, you'll probably quadruple it. And again, this is a 10-figure strategy that gets rave reviews from 10-figure clients to 6-figure clients, right? Great reviews from brands all over. I'm going to show you some in a minute. It works. It's a great Q4 strategy and actually gets people to buy more and spend more with you in the holiday season. Let's talk a little bit about why your brand, though, fails to get this going. I know you loved it. You stayed here for a good hour. Why do you fail to get this going? Here's what's holding you back from advancing this strategy for your brand. Number one, you're failing to advance because you're listening to freelancers and you think you just need design and copy. Maybe you don't have time, or you're unsure of what the potential can be, or maybe you're gonna spend more with Klaviyo, maybe holding on to customer control. But the number one reason you're failing to advance on this Q4 plan is, again, you're thinking at a 6-figure level, and it's time to think at a 10-figure level. And there's no reason to crawl. With this strategy, you can actually run and fly, right? High flyer. Agencies and freelancers are going to tell you to send more emails, and that means your unsubscribes increase. And some are going to say your designs are boring, and that's what's holding you back. And then they get no clicks. And they say only do flows, and that just creates an engine, a flow engine that has no gas, right? And they say write better copy, and the site actually doesn't convert because the copy you ran in email is not the same as the site. Doesn't work, right? I've tested that all. What you need really is a real 10-figure expert who's taught on it, who showed it to brands like you. And we think at a 10-figure level, bring it to you. Focus on strategy first, not tactics. Tactics second. And we focus on people, building better customer relationships, not just about sending emails. And the result is profitable, predictable, and sustainable revenue all year long, and certainly during Q4. That's why brands say email marketers never got the foundation until you came along, like Craig said right here. And Cindy says they found a freelancer on Upwork and realized they were quickly wasting their time. They had no plan. And agencies that Yitzi would hire would experiment on his list and on his dime and couldn't afford that anymore, right? They came to someone like us who gave them a plan. So now that's what's holding you back. Let's recap our Q4 War Room webinar. I've shared market data on how Q4 is making Black Friday less important. I've revealed how and why your tactics won't help you win, but a 10-figure strategy will. I've shown my 3-step $100 million Q4 strategy that reactivates, drives revenue, and repeats sales. I've highlighted numerous success stories and results when you implement, and now I'm going to share with you how to speed up your implementation in time for Q4 and certainly in time for Black Friday. Don't wing your Q4 anymore. It's time to win it. You don't want to sit back and say, I gave it my best shot or I tried. You can't afford that. It's now or never. 2025 either ends in the red or in the black. So book a free pre-Black Friday audit, and I'll show you how this works for you. I'll personally walk you through our Q4 strategy, implement it for you, show you what you're doing well, where there's room for improvement, what the gaps are, what does the revenue gap look like, and how we close it together. You can scan the QR code right there or go to highflyerdigital.com/Black Friday audit, and you can get started right away. We'll get an audit going within 48 to 72 hours, almost instantly. And you'll know what you need to do right away. On that audit, we do a full Klaviyo ESP 200-point audit. That deliverability checklist you saw before will look like list growth, list hygiene. We'll review all your apps, all your metrics, every single opportunity you have. We'll give a customer data and LTV breakdown, right? What does your data tell us about your customers? Complete campaign teardown, look at it and recommendations, full flow analysis and optimizations. Again, you saw my whole flow portfolio. Imagine bringing that into your brand. And we'll give you a clear Q4 and Black Friday projection. And how do we get to that projection? Well, that's where my email ROI calculator comes in. It will reveal your actual revenue gap. On that order, I share with you exactly where you are now, what are your sessions, what's your AOV, what's your conversion. I put it into my little trusty calculator, simple basic Excel sheet that we put together. It's almost down to the number, down to the within $100 or $1,000 or so, and pretty close. And it'll show you the actual revenue gap that we're going to try to recover for you, right? No false promises, no, we'll double your sales or your money back, no, 3x triple your sales guaranteed or work for free. This is proven data, right? This is what I use at the top brands, a simple calculator, simple math, just to get there, right? And if you want to see how that works, remember that brand I just showed you as a case study? This brand did an audit, and our revenue gap we had showed them was $125,000. And ironically, that was kind of in the range of what we recaptured for them, $125,000 a month, right? They got 50 in October, 195 in November, 100 in December. Add it all up, divide by 3, and it was about 115, right? So almost in the range, right? That's what we want to do. That's why a projection is so important. And that's what we deliver on our audit. That's why Craig says it's the hands down the best email SMS retention audit he's ever had. Most agencies, he's put us up against Inc. 5,000 agencies out there, and we beat them, right? Because this audit is actually from a 10-figure standpoint. If you're thinking at a 6-figure or 7-figure level, you never get there. We're at a 10-figure level. Natalie, COO of an 8-figure Amazon brand, we had a level of expertise she simply lacked. Her team did not get that. It wasn't at that level. They lacked it, so he brought us on. Yitzi, again, email is our fastest growing revenue stream to our store, right? Before he was burned by agencies who experimented. Now it's their fastest growing channel. He went from email is dead to email is freaking awesome. And then Debbie, you took our email program to a level I never even knew about, right? Again, this is an 8-figure brand. 8-figure brand, didn't even know about that level, right? Because we're at a 10-figure level. There's a whole different level to get to. You can even scan this QR code and watch behind the scenes of my free Black Friday audit, unlock $350,000 in just 15 minutes, right? I'll share with you exactly how we do it. Take 15 minutes of your time, watch me do it, book a call from then. It's going to give you some complete clarity, comfort, and confidence that this is the right choice for your brand. If you like what you see, we implemented 100% done for you. All the things you see in the audit, we implement for you. Copy, campaigns, creatives, segmentation, personalization, A/B testing, flows, you name it. It's all implemented 100% done for you so you can win Q4 and not wing it anymore. And if for some reason you say, you know what, Isaac, I like you, but not quite ready yet, we'll even share access to our 10-figure playbooks, right? And share with you, okay, here's what you need to succeed. Have at it, right? If you're serious about it, try it yourself. I'll probably save you time, money, and energy by letting us do it for you. But at the very least, we will give you the content to help you DIY it yourself. And that's why we're trusted by over 100 plus retailers and brands worldwide for their email, SMS, and retention strategy. We have 10-figure frameworks that instantly help you grow a lot faster than trickling in at a 6-figure mindset, right? This is what's helped brands grow every single year, and certainly in Q4. Really important to implement it now. And with this slide, stop winging Q4, start winning it. Q4 doesn't reward hesitation. It rewards execution. The faster you implement, the faster you get things done, the more you will see. If you're still there waiting and unsure and debating it out, and I want to see this and see that and see if I can DIY it, it's going to be the end of October, and then it's going to be the end of November, and then it's going to be Black Friday, and then it's going to be Christmas, and you're back to square one. Stop hesitating, start executing, because your competitors are going to be executing faster than you. Thank you for joining my Q4 War Room Email and SMS webinar. I hope you learned a lot. I hope you really understood how important Q4 is to your brand, what the strategy of the top brands looks like so you can compete to win, and just all you need to do is roll it out into your brand. I will do it for you. It'll be quicker, it'll be done faster and better. But in case you want to talk more about it, watch this webinar again, ingest it, understand it. If not, book that free audit. We'll get it done for you. I'll show you exactly what you're doing well, where there's room for improvement, and how you can close every single gap and double or triple your sales in Black Friday and in Q4 overall, just like that case study I showed you. Thank you for joining. I hope to see you on the next, I hope to see you on our audit.